During the Golden Age, peace presided throughout the land. The benevolent rulership of the Emperor and rich understanding of magic and science allowed for unprecedented prosperity. Unfortunately, prosperity is never enough for some. Many magicians were tapping into forces beyond their control, trying to harness magical energies to further their own power and glory. Few saw the horror of the backlash approaching. Most of those who dared speak out against the unrestricted dabbling into various realms of magic were quickly labeled as reactionary and waved aside by respected society. One man's voice could not be easily dismissed, however, that of Margot Zanber. The first time Margot spoke out for limiting certain lines of research, the court, and soon the kingdom, was abuzz with the news that Margot, the man who was the paragon of modern ideals, had gone over to the doomsayers. Over time, he became a complete recluse, never straying from his tower. The backlash hit, just as Zanber had foretold, eradicating magicians in a massive wave and ravaging the very fabric of all but the most powerful magical nodes. Margot, however, managed to preserve a small bit of his essence. It is still in his tower, which has remained undisturbed all this time. You must venture there and return with the distillation of the Great Wizard's force, for it will give our Juggernaut the autonomy of thought it needs to be effective in battle.
Yes. You seem like a fine fighter. We can start you off as a corporal right away. See how you handle responsibility.
What?
You did come to enlist, right?
Enlist in an army of the Walking Dead? I don't think so.
Walking Dead? You mean figuratively, right? I think our chances are considerably better than you're making them out to be. Historically, defense is much easier.
No, I mean you're all dead. You're skeletons.
I'm not following your meaning. My men and I are prepared to fight to the last man, if that's what you mean. Right, soldiers?
Yes, sir!
I see. You still think you're supposed to guard the city, right?
It's our job. If we don't do it, who else will?
I give up. What's the situation?
Our present opposition is a horde of insects that has besieged the city for decades. Honestly, I've lost track of how long this campaign has lasted. These insects have occupied a few small pockets of the city, but we have fortified against them. We're ready to repel their next assault, but we don't know when that will be. They are very patient, but so are my men. We will not rest until the city is safe from this scourge.
I'm afraid I'm not really much of a foot soldier. I don't take orders very well.
Then I'm afraid we have no use for you. Move along, citizen. Unless you are going to enlist, I really have nothing more to say to you. Good day, citizen.
Sorry, citizen. This section of the city is restricted to the upper class.
And what makes you think I'm not upper class? Did I forget to bathe?
Simple. You're not wearing a signet ring.
I must have lost mine somewhere.
Come back when you've found it then, citizen.
Wait a second before you chop me to bits, brave hero. I assure you that I mean you no harm. I am Marto, and I have been trained in the ways of science and magic. I am not some mindless brute bent on beating you with a stick, so let's not get off on the wrong foot, shall we?
Fair enough. What are you doing in a dump like this?
I assume you've noticed I am a troll. Polite society doesn't much like having types like me hanging about. So I travel far and wide and see what I can discover. In this particular case, I was exploring the ruins of this once great city when I was beset by all manner of beasts. In the course of defending myself, I've run low on magical energy, so I'm hiding in here until I can recharge, so to speak. I'm afraid that it takes quite a long time. If only I had a Erebus root.
Sorry, I'm fresh out of Erebus root.
Yes, well, if you happen upon one, please do bring it back to me. I would be most grateful. Found a Erebus root for me? No? Oh, well. You better run, you coward! Okay, you there! You're next!
You must be talking to me. I don't see anyone else here.
Behold Gavrik, champion of the arena! No one can best me in combat! Care to try?
I have no quarrel with you, Gavrik.
I see. I guess I'll have to wait for a worthy opponent then. I'm preparing for my next bout. Come back when you think you're ready to fight.
Sorry, citizen. This section is too dangerous to allow you into.
Don't worry about me. I can take care of myself.
Sorry, Denton's orders. Although, if you can beat Gavrik at the arena, I guess you're good enough to go past.
Huh, that's hardly fair.
We shouldn't let anyone past. That's the deal.
Deal.
No. The deal was you beat Gavrik at the arena. Then you get to go past.
to test your mettle?
As a matter of fact, yes. It's time someone took you down a notch.
That's the spirit? Ready! Ready! Ready to test. Well fought!
Hey, I thought I beat you.
Yes, you did. But I always bounce back. Anyhow, now you can tell everyone that you beat Gavrik, the best fighter ever!
But if I beat you, doesn't that mean now that I'm the best?
I don't understand what you mean. I'm the best!
Whatever. Thanks for the workout, Gavrik. Okay. I beat Gavrik. Let me pass.
I don't believe it! Impossible!
No, it's true. I just heard it myself. Beat Gavrik fair and everything. Nobody's ever done that before.
Very well. But don't get killed in there. I'll get in trouble with Denton.
As a favor to you, I'll do my best to stay alive. Okay? Marto, I found a Erebus root. Here you are.
Now then, being a heroic adventuring type, I assume you are scouring the ruins for artifacts or something to that effect. In return for your gracious assistance, I shall clear the rubble from this staircase so that you may have greater access to potential treasure grounds.
Thanks, Marto. Good luck in your travels.
And you in yours, friend.
Good evening, my lord. Nice day, is it not? Here, let me get the gate for you.
What the? Where am I?
This is my testing grounds. Prepare to defend yourself.
Hold on. Why am I fighting you?
Does it really matter? You will do so, or you will die. On guard! Very good. Very good. You pass. You will find the passage upstairs accessible now.
Okay. Thanks.
I need a body. A real one. Not this heap of bones. I came here to get the essence of the Mago's amber. But I need a nice body like yours to absorb it. You passed my tests, so I'm sure you'll do fine.
I don't like all this talk about my body.
Oh, you won't need it anymore after I'm done with you.
Okay, freak. I beat you once, I can do it again.
We shall see.